Cord to the computer. All right, so welcome. Today is the 17th, and we moved our meeting today to Monday because I unexpectedly had to go to Texas this month for 17 days to take care of my son Seth after his spine surgery. So I had to reschedule a bunch of stuff. So thank you guys for being flexible and letting me do this on a Monday and not a Tuesday. For those that are new to our team, we do team trainings the first and third Tuesdays of every month, pretty much year round. Christmas time is a little bit different, and National Conference, which is in July, that's usually a little bit different. But other than that, those are the dates, the first and third Tuesdays from 8:30 to 9:30. And so there is a new update coming to Consultants Corner that I was on a leader training call, and I wanted to, let me copy this and see if I can show you, see if it'll show me, show you guys what it is so that I can show you. But they are doing a huge update, so I'm super excited about this. You guys are going to be excited to see what's going on about the new training.
And today is Wednesday.
It's about, I just want to take you to, it's about 40 something minutes in on this training. I just want to see if I can show you a quick update about what they are doing with the new website. And then we're going to talk about Facebook and Facebook jail, because I am in jail and lots of you have been in jail or are going to jail. I'm going to tell you how to stay out of jail. Okay. So on the new website, you're going to see things like this. So updates are coming, and you guys should get excited. We have a great, phenomenal tech support that have won actually national awards for our mobile app and other things. So one of the things that you'll notice is that on the new website, there's going to be these pop-up checklists under host coaching where you can check off to-do lists. Also, they have different areas that you can send out emails and links from the pages. Right from the main page, you'll be able to text the host special and the guest special. There's just all this new stuff coming. And also in July, right from the same area, you're going to be able to go to marketing imagery, and you're going to be able to search certain areas, and anything in that topic will come up. So maybe you're looking for something to do with the rock crocs, all right? So you could search rock croc in the new website, and you're going to get rock croc images, you're going to get rock croc recipes, you're going to get rock croc training, like anything to do with the rock croc. So they've really improved our website, and those updates are going to be coming shortly. You will notice at the top of Consultants Corner, when they're going to do an update in red, it'll say the website will be down from like 2 a.m. to whenever. And they let you know when the website is actually going down. So let's see. Where's the one that I'm so used to using PowerPoint and not Google Share. Maybe this is the one. Jen, how do I make it so that it fills my whole page? Oh, present. There we go. So used to PowerPoint. All right, Facebook jail. Oh, crap. That's me. This card may or may not be needed, or may not help you, but it's worth a shot. How do we get out of Facebook jail? So let's talk about, what is Facebook jail? In the last 7 to 10 days, Facebook has made some major renovations on how their algorithm works and how they are running their Facebook page. Coming down the pike in months or a year will be major changes. So you know that Facebook ended up going in front of Congress, and they got in a lot of trouble for sharing a lot of our information, things that you post on your Facebook wall. They are mining your data, and they're using that information to determine what kind of ads are popping up on your Facebook page, because, you know, we're all in business to make money, and so is Facebook, so that they get paid by ads. So they've been selling your contact information to all kinds of places without telling you. So they ended up going, you know, they're in big trouble for that. And so they admitted that they have not been doing a good job at policing our information. So they are cracking down on a bunch of stuff, and they are also cracking down on spammers and on people that are hijacking Facebook pages and stuff like that. So they're doing it for a good reason. So they are clamping down on that. but they are trying to determine what's spam and what's not. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we do as direct sellers that is triggering them to think that we are spam. Okay. So let's talk about Facebook for a second. What is Facebook jail? This is when you post too quickly. So on Post My Party, I was running 10 shows a week, and they were all posting the exact same text and the exact same photograph every minute. So in Post My Party, you can adjust it 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hours in either direction. So basically, it was posting that, the same photo again and again and again. I was also manually posting into my shows or onto my VIP customer page or maybe even onto my own Facebook wall, all while in the background, Post My Party is posting to my 10 shows, okay? So what Facebook is seeing is that I am posting multiple items within 1 minute, and they're thinking, oh my God, she must be a computer, you're spamming people. So at first, they give you a warning. So if you get a warning from Facebook that says, we think that you are using this feature illegally or not as it's intended, that is a warning that you're about to go into Facebook jail. So stop doing everything at that moment when you get that warning. Often the warning says that you're misusing a feature. That's your first warning. Or sometimes it asks you to re-enter your password and it boots you off Facebook, which happened to me just a couple days ago. It literally signed me out of Facebook, sent me an email and said, we think that your account has been compromised. Please recreate your password and sign back into Facebook. So I had to create a whole new password and sign back in. But even though I did that, I'm still in jail. When you re-enter, remember to go to Post My Party. So if you had already had parties scheduled to run and Facebook boots you off and you have to re-sign in and recreate a password, all of your Post My Party is linked to your original Facebook sign-in. So you need to go to Post My Party, you need to go down to accounts, you need to go to Facebook, and you need to unsync and resync your Facebook account so that the parties that you have scheduled will continue to post. So I'm going to stop for just a quick second. Does anybody have a question about any of that I've said so far? And some of you I've already muted, but you can unmute yourself. Any questions about that yet?
I don't have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't have a question, but if anyone has any questions with regard to Facebook marketing or anything like that, I have a background in social media marketing and actually have a company. This is Kelly O'Hara. And so if you have any questions going forward, please feel free to friend me or contact me. Because I do still have that company, and so I'm very well versed in it.
Okay, great. So do you have...
Just wanted to throw that out there.
That's great. Kelly, do you have contact with people at Facebook that you've seen?
There's no such beast. There's no actual physical person like you can pick up the phone and call.
Right.
I
know.
I mean, there is, but you can't actually do that.
Yeah. Post My Party has actually contacted them, and so has Pampered Chef, but they're working with them to try to figure out what we're doing so that we can.
I mean, you can, as a big business, you could, but as you and me, the individual, we technically can't.
Yeah.
But there are ways to get around the system.
Yep.
And there are things that we could do collectively as individuals or as small businesses. So if people run into problems, there are ways of getting around things.
Perfect.
So if
I'm
anyone runs into problems,
some of those today on this PowerPoint. So when I get to the end of this PowerPoint, if you have some of the things that I've said that you think are incorrect or if you want to add to those, let me know. I'll add to this PowerPoint, and then I'll post this PowerPoint link so that it's available for other people to go back and read.
And if anyone in the future needs help, just by all means, reach out, private message, whatever, and I'm here.
That would be great. And what I would love to, Kelly, is that if there is something that comes up, that the answer be posted on our team page, because if one person has a question, multiple people thought the question before. So it would be great if we all know it. So that would be perfect. So I appreciate that. Okay, so what?
Yeah, no worries. Thanks.
Go ahead. Yep. Were you all set, Kelly?
Oh yeah, I'm all set. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So what happens when you're in jail? So the first thing is that you can't like a post. Sometimes you can't comment on a post. Sometimes you can't even post an image. And basically you can only view shows but not engage. So right now I am allowed to post a post. So I was allowed to post into our team page, but I cannot comment on any of our posts on our team page. I cannot even comment on posts that I created on my own personal page, never mind in my shows. How long is Facebook jail? Well, that depends. Sometimes they tell you, and you can look that up as to how long you'll be in jail, and it'll pop up and say, you know, you may not use this feature until 8:07, you know, tomorrow. But it could be 3 or 5 days. It could actually be up to 21 days. So what's a girl to do? Like, what are you going to do? So I got some suggestions on what you're going to do. Okay, actions to do. First thing I'm going to recommend is that you space your posts out 5 to 15 minutes apart. Okay, I used to do 15 minutes apart because I was running 10 shows at a time. So if I was doing 10 shows at a time and I was spacing it out 15 minutes, I'm still posting only almost once a minute. So I'm spacing it out to more than an hour apart now per post. I'm also going to be moving my shows. Instead of running 10 shows a week, I'm going to be running 1 or 2 mega shows a week where I'm putting 3, 4, or 5 hostesses into the same group. And the reason I'm doing that is because then I'm not posting the same photo multiple times on the same day. So we also used to suggest to you guys that you would tag your guests to have them get notifications into a post, or have your hostess tag guests. But that too, you'll get penalized by Facebook. It will make it so that you can't, your filter will close down and you won't be able to function as well. Hey, Deb, can you message Matthew and Lori? They're having trouble getting on Zoom, and maybe tag them in the team page that has the Zoom link. So we used to ask you to tag your friends because that was the way that people would get notifications. But what happens is that Facebook filter will choke your post and less people will see it. Anytime you say the word tag, share, there are different code words that are in their algorithms that are going to make it so that those are things that they feel are not social, they're not of what they call a value. Also, don't invite guests to a group without their permission. That is a huge thing. So a lot of us have been encouraging our hostesses to invite 150 people to our Facebook pages or their Facebook groups in order to get 50 people to come. That's been the standard for the last couple months. And I've had huge successes. I mean, huge successes. But guess what? I'm in jail. So we have to work around what Facebook wants. So the best way to do would be to have your hostess private message the URL link to those people so that they can click join and be able to join the actual page without it being a mass invite. So what happens is if a lot of people get invited to a group that don't join the group, it's letting people, Facebook, think that we're spamming people. Okay. Don't use Google Images. Google Images are, you know, we'll go to Google, we'll pick a photo off of there, and then we'll add that into our post a lot. As a team, we need to create our own content, and we need to use the marketing imagery images only. But I think even using marketing imageries at this point is going to put you into Facebook jail, because there are, you know, 65, 70,000 consultants. And if we're all using the same photo 10 times a week, that photo is getting like multiple pings. So if you're not getting a lot of action or reaction or engagement on those photos, Facebook is like, So if you snag a photo off of Google, that image is actually owned and copyrighted by somebody, or could be. So the problem is that you could actually be sued for using that image. This is true for images that are created in the virtual party group on Facebook too. So I know a lot of us are part of that big virtual party group, and it's super important that that when you are taking pictures off of there, that you have to be careful that you know what you're grabbing, okay? Also, big warning, I keep warning you guys, but many people are not following the Disney Pixar rules. And we were told very, very clearly that if you are using those pictures for marketing imaging, please do not edit or change those at all. Don't let me catch anyone on our team editing or changing them. If you take a picture of your kids using them, that's totally different. But you cannot use the images on marketing imagery, put a logo, put the Pampered Chef logo, say anything over the text. You cannot edit, change, or post those pictures with anything other than those pictures. You can put in the subject line information that you want, but you cannot edit those at all. Games and photos of our products with items that we've taken or created games on our phones or our computers or PCs are things that we should be doing as a team. And I don't know if you saw, but I posted one just the other day. I took out the new tumblers. I threw a whole bunch of wine corks in them. I lined it up with the mission statement of Pampered Chef that I had in the background. I had the wine aerator, the wine stopper, the wine opener. I took a picture and said, guess how many corks are in it? And then I posted the next picture that had how many corks were in it. Let's start as an organization creating our own images. You saw somebody put goldfish in the Measure, Mix, and Pour. I've done tons of M&Ms because I eat a lot of peanut M&Ms. I'm sorry. So I have peanut M&Ms in our whipped cream maker and in our water infusion bottle and all kinds of chocolate or candy. But like, I don't care. It could be beans for all I care. Like whatever you have in your household, marshmallows, stick it in a container, take a picture, then stick it in your container, take a second picture, write the number of the answer on it, and then post it on our team page so that we as an organization have our own images that nobody else has, okay? Because we know games are like the number one thing that people like to watch, right? So that's what we want. Okay, so what to change in your warning? So I'm going to give you a few more tips. So I was warned I was going to go into Facebook jail if I continued to comment too quickly, or I often copy and pasted the same comment into the same Facebook show. So you need to use the person's name when you're sending a message. No more like, hey girl, blah, 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 blah. You need to be specific. Hey Sandy, I was wondering if you want to be my next hostess off of Sarah's show. She earned free and half price products. You were such a great guest. You were such a rock star. I would love to work with you. What do you say? You have to be more personal. Facebook is a social media. It is not a business page. So we need to be as social as we can. And if you do it right, this is going to be a great platform for us. You need to mix it up. Like I have an Evernote document, and I have a picture of like, what's your biggest kitchen failure, right? We all have that picture. So you use that picture. I was copying and pasting the same kitchen failure, which was a carrot cake that I made for my husband years ago that I used too much baking soda in. I think I used a tablespoon instead of a teaspoon. So it looked good and it smelled good, but it tasted so bad you couldn't eat it. So I copy and pasted that into all of my shows. So that has shown up again and again and again. You've got to mix it up. When you're trying to book shows, you need to make it set up as well. So when you're trying to book a show, you might send out 5 messages that start the same way. Hey, Sarah, not sure if you saw, I started my own Pampered Chef business, and I'm super excited about how fun and easy these virtual online parties are. Hosts earn the same free, half price, and discounted products as a live cooking show, but hosts don't have to clean their homes. So would you be willing to be a guinea pig for me and help me get jump started with my new business? I promise to make it easy for you. These word choices for those of you that are new are going to be, I'm going to make this Google document available for you to view, so you can take a screenshot of it if you want, or you can just use this information when you are reviewing this document. But then the next ones, you're going to reword the same thing. Hey, Sarah. Now I'm starting out with the guinea pig line. I'm looking for a few guinea pigs to help me launch my new Pampered Chef business. I just started with these new types of virtual parties. It's super and easy. So again, you're saying the same thing, but you're wording it differently. You would want to send this to 5 people, and then you want to space it out a minute apart. And then you want to switch over to a different word choice and send to 5 more. And then you want to wait an hour before you repeat, because you don't want to be copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, because you're going to end up in jail. They think that you're just spamming people. So what not to do? Here's words that you want to take out of your vocabulary. Do not use the phrase tag your friends. Tell your host not to hit the like button, because nobody gets a notification when they hit the like button, but when they comment, then their friends will see that. So if you post a recipe or you post a game and somebody answers and their friend, the hostess clicks the like button, nobody sees that. But if the hostess responds underneath that, oh my God, that is so funny, then their friend is going to get a notification that their hostess responded, and then they'll go back in and look. So it's important that your hostess stays engaged in the party and comments every day. Don't you or your hostess tag too many people too often in a group. I do still tag people because I want people, I'm talking to people. So there's a show that's going on now, and this guy Hank is so funny. I posted the Family Feud game, like, you know, what pisses off a waitress, and he had like 17 responses, and I was like, I went to respond, of course I was blocked, but I went to respond, oh my God, you're making me laugh, you clearly work in food services, and it wouldn't let me post that. So I had to make an actual post in the party to talk to this gentleman, so I had to tag him in it so he knew what I was talking to him about. The goal, if you're not in Facebook jail, and the way that I've been able to get all these parties booked and to have really great successes with my party, is that you want to reply to every single post, every single post. That sends a signal to Facebook that you are engaged as the group monitor and that you are giving valued information to the group. So you post an image, somebody responds, you respond to that. I'm going to give you an example. I post an image and I say, do you prefer sweet or savory? Somebody says sweet. I respond by either giving them a recipe that is a dessert recipe or a savory recipe. I might respond with a GIF of Lucille Ball eating candy off the conveyor belt if they say that they love chocolate. Things like that. Every single person that responds on a show, if you respond back, that shows that you're giving value.
Hey, Sue, this is
Yes. Yeah.
That's how I'm getting blocked from commenting.
From engaging too much. Some of the other ways that you might be blocked, Jen, is we are using URLs in the party. In the description above, we are copying and pasting the same text that says, hi, welcome to so-and-so show. To order, you use blah, 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 blah. Because we are directing people to go off of Facebook to another location, meaning our website, that is a big no-no, I've learned.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem to care about that. Like today, I was going through and responding to people's comments, and that's when it blocks me, is when I'm going through responding to people's comments.
Gosh. So I got to rely on Pampered Chef to get us some more information about this. This came from 2 different trainings. I took a Belinda Ellsworth, that training that we did on Facebook, and I took another webinar about engaging on Facebook. Can't remember her name. But she said that if you're engaged as a group monitor, it tells Facebook that you are involved in your group and that you're not just spamming them with images.
Yeah, and I always do that, but in the past few days, I've been blocked only from like commenting.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Okay, so we're all blocked from commenting, but you can post in your groups, right? Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even do anything on my own personal page. I can't like anything on my own timeline, nothing.
Yeah, I can't comment on my own timeline, and I can't like anything on my own timeline, and I can't even go to So Yummy. A video came up on my timeline of So Yummy, and I was like, oh my God, I want to share that video. I can't even share a video.
No.
So A lot of people are ending up in jail. I do know that a lot of our executive directors, the upper people, are commenting and going to home office asking for, like, give us clarification. So I will try to get some stuff off of the director success page and see. Jen and Wendy, I don't know if Wendy's on, or Christine, have you guys on the director success page, have you guys seen anything?
No, I haven't been looking either.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I created a second Facebook account, so when I get blocked on my regular one from commenting, I go into my parties from my other account and comment.
Yes, yes, which is I'm going to have to do tomorrow, is jump in and start commenting on my alter ego there. So definitely you want to create a second Facebook page in order to do that, and you want to invite that second Facebook person to all of your shows in case this happens. This is new. We're trying to navigate the waters. We need to be flexible. I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, they are doing it for the right reasons, but they haven't been able to execute it correctly. Now, obviously, Post My Party has been communicating with them because Post My Party has not been banned from posting. So my posts are still running into my shows as they are yours. So that's good. So at least content is going into our groups. It would be worse if it was dead in the water. But videos, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but videos are where it's at. Facebook eventually is going to be phasing out the timeline. You know how we see a timeline on our show, on our page? It's going to be moving more and more towards like the Instagram story. And on Facebook, do you know now that you have stories that you can add to your story and it's there for 24 hours and then it's gone? So it's going to be more those types of things, and videos are going to have higher value. So going Facebook Live and doing short videos, and we're going to talk more about that later, but just so you know, keep that in the back of your mind. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be you. For those of you new, there are some things that you can do to help your hostess know what's going on in your shows. When you post a post, in the bottom corner here, you'll say seen by 10, not seen by 22, or seen by 11, not seen by 47. Here are some examples. So what is this? That is when you make a post, if you don't have a lot of activity on your page, like here, seen by 2, not seen by 37, there's not a lot going on in this group. Not a lot of people are commenting, not a lot of people are engaging. When that happens, Facebook chokes out the filter, and less people are going to see your post, because what it's saying is what you are posting is not of value. These people aren't interested in it.
But that has to happen with more than just one post, right? I mean, it has to be consistent throughout the party, perhaps.
Yeah, what you'll notice is the first post in your group will say seen by 22, because everybody sees it. And then the next post, and then the next post, the numbers will go down and down and down. And the less engagement you have in a show, the less people will see your posts. And
Right,
you'll even have some posts that have 0 have seen it. So there are things that we can do to get more engagement. I'm going to talk about that. The first thing I do is, this is when I do tag a few people. So I would pull up the people who have not seen it, and I might tag Julie, Amy Lynn, and Joyce in the photo and say, girls, I don't want you to miss out. There was a secret message in this video. Make sure you watch the video so that you can get in on the door prize. And then the next photo, I might tag Angela, Jess, and Megan. I'll only tag a couple people. I used to tag all 37. Don't do that. So you're tagging those people to draw them in. You will notice after you do that and they get notifications, they'll come in and they'll comment on that video. You'll get 2 or 3 people that will comment on the video, which will then change the numbers here from 2 seen to 6 seen, and that kind of thing. So just so you know, there are ways to draw people in. I heard a training that talked about, we used to be encouraged to use our business page a lot. And they're saying, don't bother. Don't post on your business page. Don't post business on your personal page, but our business pages are not getting any views. People are not watching them, and you're not being able to turn business page activity into sales. But you have to be really careful, because you don't want to be that person. I don't know. We all know somebody from some direct sales company, and all their timeline is product, 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 sale, buy, buy, buy. I'm in a, special. I'm in a challenge. I'm in a this. Nobody wants those people on Facebook, and Facebook is trying to get rid of that. So you have to be social. So there's a difference between saying, oh my God, you guys should buy this brownie pan, it's awesome. Or, oh my gosh, I have a meeting tonight. I couldn't figure out what to decide what to make, so I decided to make the naughty brownies in my brownie pan. Let me tell you what I put in it. I put in chocolate chip cookie dough on the bottom, a Reese's peanut butter cup on top, and brownie mix on top of that, and I cooked it 18 to 22 minutes at 350 degrees. This is amazing. That's a social post talking about a product. That's very different than, I'm in a brownie pan challenge. I need to sell 10 brownie pans tonight. Can you please buy a brownie pan? Okay. So you need to do something of interest. So there's social imagery and social media training on the Pampered Chef website. And this link will be in this document that you can click on, but it's right on our team page on Pampered Chef under training. And if you go to the social media training, it'll actually say, don't say this, say this. Don't say this, say this. So if you haven't taken the social media training, that's different than the virtual party training. Virtual party tells you how to run a virtual party. Social media training teaches you what to say on Facebook and on Instagram and how to do that. And they even have done timing, like when's the best time to post and stuff like that. I want to give you an example. This summer, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I had my very first wine tasting at my house, and I had my daughter and my daughter-in-law and some of my best friends over. It was a small group of ladies, and we had a chocolate fountain and lots of yummy food. I said to them, I'm sorry, but y'all are going to be on Facebook because we're going Facebook Live, because I had Pampered Chef products everywhere out on my patio. So I got my camera out and I went Facebook Live, and I was like, hey everyone, it's Sue's Cooking. I just want to let you know that I'm having my first ever, wine tasting, and let me tell you what we're doing. And I kind of walked them around, showed them some of the food that we had. And I'm like, and this is our cool and serve tray. It's going to keep food cool, 4 to 6 hours. And we have a chocolate fountain. And of course we have our wine opener, blah, 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 blah. It was just fun, social. I signed off. The next morning I went out to breakfast with my daughter and a couple people, and my waitress said, oh my God, I saw your wine party last night. It was so cool. Now, she didn't comment, she didn't wave, she didn't do anything, but she saw me, and she knows I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. That's social media at work. People ask about that. You know that thing that you had at your barbecue? That's what we're looking for, okay? And then we'll learn how to turn that into sales. Here's an example from the social media training on what you want to say. Here's what not to say. I have been challenged to sell 15 brownie pans this month. Comment below if you'd like to place an order. We've seen this before. We used to do this. This was the standard practice. Don't do that anymore. This is all about what is in it for the consultant. I need, and that comes across as pushy. When you don't use that, you want to say what's in it for the, not what's in it for the consultant, but what is the benefit to the customer. Because the post is all about the consultant's need, it's not helpful to them, and the audience is likely to respond in this way. It's likely that the audience or the potential customers will just keep scrolling because the consultant's going to lose the opportunity to engage with them, as well as future opportunities. Here's what you want to say. Did you know that the average American spends over $3,000 a year dining out? If you're like me, I end up hitting the drive-thrus when I haven't planned ahead for meals. This week, I made a change and I used the brownie pan to make egg muffins ahead of time. They're quick, grab-on-the-go options that the family loves. You'll have to try what I've tried to reduce the drive-thru runs. So you're giving them information and you're still talking about the brownie pan, okay? So you're engaging your audience with relatable information to them. Does that make sense for you guys? Okay. So let me give you some more examples of what to do. So we tell you that you're supposed to comment on all posts. So I'm not really sure why we all ended up in jail. I'm sure that once we get out of jail, things will change. But I've been in jail before, and then I've gone back to posting and commenting on every post and had no problems for like 3 months. So I'm not sure what's going on yet, but we're trying to navigate that. When you reply, you need to get your personality into the party. So use GIFs, use photos, you want to text, and use lots and lots of recipes. People love the recipes. So for an example, if I post this image here that says this or that, which do you prefer? One is a sweet recipe and one is a savory recipe. If somebody says, I prefer sweet, I'm going to give them a different sweet recipe. Chocolate lava cake, apple caramel cake, pineapple cake, coconut tres lame. I'm going to give them different sweet recipes. If they say savory, I'm going to give them the kettle corn first, and then I'm going to give them a chipotle nacho dip, and then I'm going to give them a different savory one. So in one post, you might see 7 desserts and 10 appetizer recipes, all in the comment section. Feedback that I get on my surveys are like, love the recipes. Love the recipes. That's what people are always saying. Oh my God, I love all the different recipes that you show. So whether you're private messaging or you're putting them into your parties, you want to be responding with recipes. What to continue? Also, if you're going to have the same image in your party, or you're using a Google Doc or an Evernote, and you want to have your candid answers typed out so that you're not wasting time retyping the same thing again and again, you can copy and paste it. So I asked my hostess to post this picture. Now, granted, this is a Google image picture, so maybe this is one of the images that is getting me into trouble. I have them post this on the Facebook group, and then I copy and paste my fail underneath as a comment. But I'm going to have to mix that up by giving 2 or 3 different kitchen fails if I have 2 or 3 shows each week. Because if Facebook sees the same thing again and again. So, mega shows. What are they? Why do them? What are the benefits? This is where I'm heading with my shows. Now, keep in mind, I was doing 10 shows a week before. Why do them? Well, a couple reasons. Instead of you jumping into 10 shows a week like I'm currently doing and scrolling all the comments and all of those same identical posts 10 different times and posting your answers 10 different times, let's try to work smarter, not harder. You can spend more time with your guests, and you can customize your show based on the responses that you have and not have to spend hours online if you're only jumping into 1 or 2 shows a week. You can also make a lot more money in less time. So currently doing 2 shows a week with 50 members in it equals 15 orders or $800 for an average show, right? So versus running 10 shows or 2 mega shows with 5 hostesses in it each, that's 500 members and sales of $8,000. So instead of having an $800 average, you'll have an $8,000 average just by doing mega shows. So that's why I am thinking about moving them. I'm doing my first mega show this week. It's kind of a trial run. It's only got a couple of hostesses in it. Next week, I have bigger mega shows. And then on the 30th, I have like 10 in one show. So we will see how that goes. Now, I could be getting banned because too many people are inviting guests that don't want to be invited into the guests. So here's what happens. We used to ask our guests or our hostesses to invite 150 people to the group by clicking the plus sign, and they would invite everybody on their list. If people don't want to be in that group and they don't join, Facebook knows that. They see, ooh, 150 people got invited and 12 ended up going in there. That's kind of spamish. Or they might mark, like if you private message somebody and that person does not respond to you, there's a box at the bottom that says, I do not want to hear from this person. If they click that, that's a negative point against you. Okay? So we have to be selective on how we are going to work our business. I have ideas and suggestions, but let's keep going about the money and why mega shows might work for you. So would you rather have the commission on two $800 shows, which is $1,600 in the month, or $8,000 in the month? So $1,600 at 22% commission is $352 in a month. That's not bad, an extra $352 for a few hours of work. Or would you like an extra $2,000 a month? That's why mega shows are really appealing. You know, as a new consultant, you earn between 20% and 25% commission on anything you sell in that month's time combined. And in addition to that, you can earn an extra 2% commission when you've hit your $15,000 in career sales. So you could be earning 22 to 27%. So it only took me 3 months to figure this out, okay? So in January, I was running, I realized that I was running really low for live show bookings. So I was not making the normal, I usually make somewhere between $3,500 and $4,500 a month. And I was used to using that income to pay our bills and pay off debt, and we bought land for retirement and stuff like that. So that's where I'm used to being at. And when my sales started dropping and I started not earning that income, I realized I needed to do something quick. I needed to figure out these virtual shows. I needed to do something different. Everybody changes or does things differently for different reasons. Jen Mitchell became a virtual consultant guru when she moved from New Hampshire to Georgia. Like, we all have things that spur us on. I consider myself a late adapter. I don't tend to do new technology or new things quickly. I tend to wait and see what's going on. But I was desperate. I needed to make a change. So I jumped in with both feet in March. That was the first month I decided to do this full time. And really put some effort into it. And my commission check in January, as you can see here, this was January, was only $2,500. I mean, I have not seen a $2,500 commission check in 7 years. I mean, as soon as I promoted to director, I was earning about $2,500. And then February, same thing. I was not getting a lot of bookings from it. My sales were really low. I was not getting any traction. I was like, something needs to change. This is my commission check in March, 1 month of doing virtual parties. I sold $8,000 in sales virtually online. And then in April, I was able to repeat that. I sold another $8,000 online. In May, I sold $18,000 online and earned almost $8,000 in 1 month's time frame. Now, some of this is override on team trainings and building an organization, and that's why I really encourage you guys. People will join to be a virtual consultant because they don't have to be outgoing and bubbly, and they can work from their phone. I find a lot of objections at my live shows for why people don't want to be a consultant is because sometimes they're like, oh, well, I can never do what you do. You're so bubbly and blah, blah, blah. So they can be whoever they want to be behind a screen. And so you'll find that a lot more people will try being a virtual consultant. So building an organization is key. I'm moving my shows to mega shows so that I don't have to work 40 hours a week on Facebook, that I'll actually be able to spend less time in my Facebook groups and still be able to run 10 shows a week. Mega shows. So what are they? You create one group and then you add multiple hostesses into the same group. You'll also need to add the hostesses link so that they know how to order. But having said this, I made this PowerPoint last week and things have changed since then. You do not want to actually be putting in the links in the page as to where people are going to order, because this is a red flag to Facebook. So I have to actually go in and take these out and all that. So what you're going to do is you're going to use word choices like message me or the hostess for the order link for your host. And then at the end of the party, when the party's over, then you're going to post the order link. But this could be a reason that we end up in Facebook jail as well. Other good standards of practice. You'll notice here, June 30th, I have a mega show started. It just says June 30th, Mega Pampered Chef online virtual party. I have changed it recently to June 30th, summertime solutions or outdoor entertaining or something fun like that. I can't remember what I renamed it to. Whoops. When you are in the group on your computer, you will see over here, you have 26 new members this week. Write a post to them. Each day, you should be jumping, you should be jumping into your parties and you should be clicking write a post and you should be welcoming your new team members. Now here's the new thing. Part of your welcome, you should be giving rewards to them for them private messaging you. When you private message people that you are not friends with, Pampered Chef, Facebook will start blocking you if you've messaged too many people. So what you want to do is, if you can get them to message you first, if you've ever noticed it on your phone, at the bottom of your phone, it'll say, I do not want to speak to this person or whatever. But when you respond back to them, then you are friends. So what you want to do is and then they can see what you do and you can see what they do. But now you have the ability to have a conversation with them. So what I do is I say in the welcome something like, if you private message me or friend request me and tell me who your hostess is and how you know them, I'm going to give you 25 bonus points into our door prize. And be sure to watch our secret messages in my videos, blah, blah, blah. And then when they private message me, they say, hi, I'm Sue, I'm in Tammy's show. I then respond and have a conversation, and I ask a question that requires a response back from them because I want to carry a conversation on. This is like having a live show, right? So you're saying, oh, Tammy, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. So you said that you met her at work. Where do you guys work? And they get back to you, oh, we work at Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm like, oh my God, I love blah, blah, blah scent, right? Tell me, what kind of recipes do you and your family like? I would love to send you some. Oh, we're eating keto. Oh, we're eating Weight Watchers. Oh, anything is good. I love dessert. Send them some recipes. Then here's what I say. One of the ways that you can get bonus points in this party is if you own any Pampered Chef products and you take a photo of them in your kitchen and you post them into your party. I'm looking for guests to engage. You don't even have to be cooking with the product. If you own any Pampered Chef that you love, post it into the party. Here's why. When you're the only one posting in the party and commenting in the party, Pampered Chef, I keep saying Pampered Chef, Facebook does not necessarily feel like you are giving stuff of value. Yeah, people are commenting on it. But when guests start to engage on your page, you start to get badges. Anybody gotten a badge? You're going to mute yourself. I want to hear. Anybody gotten any badges on their Facebook pages where it says, right at the top of the page, you have a badge, blah, 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 blah?
I do.
Wendy does. Okay, good. So if you have 50 or more people in your group, you tend to have badges. If people are engaging a lot, you get badges. It's basically, it tells Facebook, oh, they're giving something that people are actually interested in. So they're giving you some like a little reward. That's a good sign. So making sure that you comment and engage with your guests as they come and you welcome them personally every time, super important. So what makes a successful show? Hello, we are consultants. We need to consult. That's our job. So consulting is telling people how to be successful, right? So we are host coaching. That is the key to any successful show. So you have to actually tell your host what you want them to do, but then it's super important that you explain why you want them to do what you're asking them to do. So you might say, you really need to invite 150 people to your show, men and women and people from all different people groups, but then you have to say the why. When you invite 150 people, only a third will actually click join. So 50 of them. And only a third of those, which are 16, will actually order. But hey, that's okay, because 15 orders and a few outside orders from people from work, and you're going to have a really successful show. So each day, I'm going to give you an image to post. Please not only post, but play along with the games. When you comment, so again, I'm telling them why. When you comment, your friends will get notifications. And when I post, they do not. I could post 10 or 20 posts and they might only see 1 or 2. And how do I know that? I have been doing survey slips in all of my shows since March. And I ask them, on average, how many posts a day did you see? Anybody want to guess? How many think that you saw a day in my 5-day party?
I'm going with 2.
Anybody else? They were seeing somewhere between 8 and 10 posts a day. I was posting every 15 minutes from 8 in the morning till 9 at night. So I was posting 4 times an hour for almost 10 hours. So that gives you an indication. They are only seeing a few of your posts. So I tell them, assignment 1, read to the end. I've recently learned of a new way, accessible way to have virtual parties. If you follow my lead, I'm sure you're going to get everything you need, blah, blah, blah. Your first job is to add 150 people, but only 20 people at a time, so Facebook doesn't put you in jail until you've added 150. Yes, 150 seems like a lot. Here is why. And this is a private message to my hostesses. And then I explain the why. The most effective way you can invite is to actually private message this link with a message that I will send you next. That way, those who want to join will click the link. This is what we need to be doing. We need to not ask them to mass invite anymore. If you click the blue plus sign on your phone and start adding 20 friends at a time, that's when they were mass invited and I was explaining them how to invite. But what you want them to do is actually private message their friends. But the thing about that is you can't tell how many people they've invited. At least when they're adding them to the group, I can tell if they've invited enough people. Like I have one girl, she invited 12 people to her group. We have 4 in there and 2 out of the 4 are me and her. And that's not going to be a successful show. So we can't tell how many they've invited. So host coaching is going to be key going forward. 30-minute YouTube video. I'm going to give you guys this YouTube link. This video is the video that I started. I did, and I walk you through like the whole bit about how this works. So if you haven't seen this video, I posted, I originally did the video for directors and above on a director page when I first started learning how to do Facebook. It walks you through and shows you how to click, how to copy and paste. It's all the general stuff. Now keep in mind, I did this training a week ago and there's some things that are outdated already, but it's a good place to start. And again, I'll post this for you. Almost done. Okay, so Belinda Ellsworth had a training just recently. A lot of us were on it, and Lindsay Tompkins was her social media guru who did an hour and 20-minute training. That video I did record, and I am going to post that video for you on the team page under a YouTube link there. It talks about different ideas on how to be successful on social media, and she had some fabulous ideas like teach a recipe, teach a cooking tip, teach a safety tip, show a video, do products, and fun games. On your own page, maybe every Tuesday afternoon at noon, you go Facebook Live, so you have consistency. Facebook is looking for predictability. So if you tell your guests on your VIP page, hey, I go live every noon on Tuesday, so make sure you tune in and see what I'm cooking. Maybe the first Tuesday of the month, she suggests that you talk about what the host specials and the guest specials are because we just found out what they are at the beginning of the month, right? And then you teach one quick cooking thing. How do you cut an onion? Then the next Tuesday of the month, maybe you show a quick dessert recipe. And then maybe another thing on the third Tuesday of the month, but that you have a consistent thing that people know that, oh, it's Tuesday, Sue's going to be live on Facebook. I want to recommend that going forward into the summer that we're going to do a booking blitz, and I want to break us up into 4 different groups. You have 4 directors on your team. There's Sue, me, there's Wendy, there's Jen, and there's Christine. And as directors, we all have different people on our group. So I want us to break up into groups, but not like everybody on Sue's team, everybody on Wendy's team. I want us to mix it up. So somebody from Sue's team is going to be mixing up with somebody from Jen's team, or we're going to match up with teams. So if you're interested in this, there's going to be a prize with the teams. So I'm going to give out $25 gift cards for each team that hits different levels. So you guys can earn these. I'm going to do raffles, so you get an entrance when your team hits a certain amount, and I'm going to post the details on this. But I just wanted you guys to know that what you do now in your business is going to start showing up for the rest of the summer, and we need to build momentum in the summer for you to be booked solid for the fall. And the fall is when our new, September 1st is when our new catalog comes out, and that is the strongest selling season of the entire year, September to December. We sell more Pamper Check products in those few months than the rest of the year. It's really, it's crazy. So the biggest mistake that consultants do is going into the summer, June and July, they think, oh, I'm going to take the summer off. I'm not going to do anything. Now, I am all for going to the beach, having fun, but you need to schedule some time when you know you're going to work. So schedule the fun, but schedule an hour a day where you're going to be working your business so that you have a business at the end of the summer. Because the worst thing to do is to do nothing now, and then you're going to have to start from scratch because you've run out of bookings by the end of the summer, and you don't want to do that. Trust me, I've done it before, and it's really hard to start again. So each 25 total shows, so maybe Team Jen gets 3 bookings, and Team Sue gets 5 bookings, and Team Wendy get 5 bookings. When we get 25 total shows booked, then we're going to have a raffle for 25. But the top team will also get bonus raffles, okay? But we're going to mix the teams up so that you guys, so you guys are working with other people. Okay, so a little competition, but we're going to mix it up so that we're all together. So those people that want to be a part of this are going to sign up so that I can assign you partners with that. Okay, so let me stop screen sharing. All right, so I got to add Wendy to my attendance list because I see her on. Anybody else jump on? I see Matt on. Wendy, Matt, anybody else? Oh, Tasha's on. I didn't catch attendance for Tasha. Who else? Darla's on. Hi, Darla. I think that's everybody. Okay.
Dory was on. She had to go to the airport, though, to pick up my brother.
Oh, okay.
So she had to get back off again.
Okay. All right. Great. So let's chat. That's a lot of information. It is 9:30, but I want to give it open to Q&A. I gave you a lot of information about that. I just wanted you guys to know what I know about what's going on with social media. Questions? No questions. Wow. All right. I need to, now that I can see all of you, raise your hand if you are in Facebook jail currently. All right, Christine.
I'm out. Woo.
All right, Cindy.
You
Who's
can't
out?
see me, but I am in jail.
Jen's in jail. All right. All right, so half of us are. The rest of you that are not in jail, are you currently doing virtual parties?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yep.
All right. So some things that I'm changing tomorrow. Taking out URL. I'm asking all of my guests in my parties to post photos for me. One of the ladies said, we're selling our house. I can't get into the house. I have 4 kids. It would be a disaster if I went back in there. Can I take pictures off of the website and post it? I said, absolutely. take a photo off the website, post what you have and what you love about it. I'll give you 25 points every photo you post. So reward it. I mean, you're giving one door prize out. Like, what's 25 points? It means nothing at the end. They get more tickets into the door prize, right? So give out points. Like when they do something fun or silly and you can comment, I'm always like, if they post a GIF that I've never seen before or something that makes me actually laugh out loud, I'm like, that's worth 20 points. Like, that's funny. Like just engage with your guests so that they're having fun too. Okay. Kelly, what did I miss about social media that you know of that you think is key for me?
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I actually just, on my social media marketing page, I just posted about algorithm changes tonight. So I can like send you guys a link to that if you want.
Yes,
like
please.
through private message. And then that way you can see kind of like what the latest is for June. It's constantly changing, obviously. It kind of changes with the wind. It's really hard to keep up on, but the basics is just always keep a backup account, as many as you can. I have 3.
Okay.
For my own personal safety.
Yeah.
I have one in my maiden name, and then I have another one in my business name. And then I have another business one just as a fail-safe. And that's just for peace of mind, only because I unfortunately have gotten hacked. And so that's, again, for peace of mind.
Yeah.
But it does get you out of a jam. So that's, the
Right.
good
You
news
don't
of
want to
it.
be dead in the water. Like this week
Exactly.
I have like 2 major shows going. That's it. But I have 10 next week and I have 15 or 16 the week after. Like, definitely.
Right. And it's constant. It's good because it's constantly changing. But the problem is it hurts small business.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to stay afloat and you're trying to be able to do this, it's going to hurt small business if you're trying to just do these things that are innate and you're not hurting anyone, and I find that like I was in a medical support group that I got blocked from for, basically posting a question. I was blocked from them for a week because I was just posting, it was a Graves' disease seizure related question and they blocked me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, it was a question. I wasn't doing any harm.
Yeah. And
why are you blocking me? Like I wasn't giving any medical advice or anything. And I was like, you know what? I don't need your group. I'm out. So it's just, it's just the way Facebook, unfortunately, you can't pick up a phone and call them.
Right.
It's just the way it goes.
Nobody you can contact.
You really can't.
You can't.
The other, resource I can say is that I found, in Massachusetts, there are a lot of business networking groups.
Yep.
So, and I know Heidi can attest to this. There's like, for us, there's Worcester County Networking. However, tread lightly with them. The owner of said group is very territorial. She's a close personal friend and she will support her own charities. However, does not like any other charities. She's very territorial. And so it's a little disheartening. I asked her to help support one of my husband's charities, which was for a police officer, ironically enough. And she basically told me to pound sand, which is ironic because she was an animal cop. But yeah, it's a little weird. But
so BNI's, different type of networking group.
Yeah, it's different. There's a lot. For us, there's a women's networking group around here. There's a, Metro West business networking group. There's several on Facebook. I found really good luck with a lot of them around here. So even if you're, necessarily in Facebook jail, the smaller business networking groups are really the ones. And then a lot of the yard sale pages will have specific days of the week that you can network. So like for say my area, like there's a business day on Mondays. It's the business day for my area. So those are
Right.
other resources that you can advertise.
Right. And you can also, and we've talked about, and there'll be other trainings about it, but different places like, part of what I'm all about and what our team is about is our job is to consult and to offer resources to people about the kitchen. So you want to come at it from the angle of how can I help you? Volunteer to be a speaker at the local Christian Women's Club. Volunteer to be a speaker at the Chamber of Commerce. If there is an opportunity for, I know that Carrie Sandbloom offered, somebody was looking for a fundraiser, and so she offered to do a little cooking demonstration for free for some organization that needed something like that. Look for groups on ways that you can serve your community and look around. You'd be surprised. Like I served at the Friendly Kitchen and I served at other different places like that. And then when somebody's looking for a fundraiser, I'm like, oh, we do fundraisers. Would you like to do one? Then they're like, oh my God, Pampered Chef does fundraisers? So
yes,
there are those type of organizations that you get involved with. So keep that in mind.
Right, because we have the Community Harvest Barn, which is actually right at the top of my hill, and so that's a big one. And we actually feed the Greater Worcester County Food Bank, and it's right at the very top of my hill, and that's a huge portion of Metro West. So the entire half the state of Massachusetts, all their produce comes from right up here, and then. There's another one too, but there's a lot of things around here that we're supporting in this area.
Right.
And the local PTG, Kelly. I'm on the PTG as well. So
awesome. Somebody had a question for you, Kelly. It says, if I have multiple IDs on Facebook linked to my phone, how do they not see that we are the same person?
So you just toggle in between the two. I would assume you have two different logins for them, typically. So you would just toggle in between your two
I'm going to show you guys. I'll just show you on mine. I just got home, but let me open my Facebook. Okay. And when you're on Facebook, hold on, got a lot going on while I've been gone. When I'm on Facebook here, right now I'm on my own personal page, but if you come over here, I open this up, and this is my fake Sue page. Yep. And so I just toggle over to my fake Sue page, and then I go down here and I go into my groups, and now I can go into my group and I can find my group that I'm looking for. So June 9th. So I have, today's the 16th. It was the week of the 16th. So I go into my June 16th shows, I look up those groups that are from here, and then I go into those. Apparently I'm not in that yet. But you can go into the groups as the other person, and you can chat with them, and you can comment as the other one. And then when I want to go back, I just click this and I go back to this person's account. So there's a way to do that. So that's exactly what you do. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up. That is exactly what you do. We're 15 minutes over our allotted time. As you have questions, let me know. I'm going to share the link to this PowerPoint so that the words and the things that I recommended that you guys check out, you'll find them on our team page. And we'll be back online next month in July, right? On the 9th. All right?
So can I ask a quick question?
Yes, ma'am.
Is anybody doing anything through Instagram? I see some people posting, like, this is how I pampered chef, and I see Pampered Chef themselves posting there.
Fun. And if you can do Instagram, go for it, girl, because that's where it's at. So a lot of girls,
Instagram's fun.
They're creating their own engagement posts. I saw one the other day, and I loved it. It was like, hot dogs or hamburgers. That was it. Simple. Hot dogs or hamburgers. You prefer hot dogs or hamburgers at a barbecue? She had so many people, and she had, maybe Kelly can teach us a little, maybe you can do a little training and we can Zoom it. You can
Instagram is so easy and fun.
How to do, people can vote and engage on it. I don't even know how to do any of that. I create an Instagram account. I didn't even know how to do it.
It's easier than Facebook. You'll love it.
So maybe this week we can chat, and maybe you and I can do a little Zoom call, and we can record some of it, and you can do Instagram. I would love that, a little Instagram training, so that we could do that, because Instagram is where you're getting a lot of traction on Instagram, because that's where all the young kids are. Anybody under 30 is on Instagram. So yes. And it's an easy thing to learn. A lot of people have said that. And again, I'm a chapter, so if I can figure it out, you all can. So we'll come around to that. But yes, you can, all the social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all that.
And Pinterest is over 90% female driven.
Yes. And lots of pins. And Pampered Chef, all of you, if you go to a recipe, it has a pin on it. All you have to do is push the button and it goes to your Pinterest page. So it's that easy.
Yep.
Click a button and it shows up under yours. Click a button, it shows up under yours. People follow you because they see recipes you like. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. We're going to get into more type of social media because guess what? This is it's 40% of our business. 60% is still live cooking shows, but 40% is online now. So that's a big enough number that we cannot ignore it. So we're going to be talking more and more about that. So thanks for letting me interrupt our normal Disney training this month. Christine was supposed to be doing a training on that, and I totally hijacked her and said we have to address Facebook jail because we are all in jail. So thank you all for your patience. I will sign off now so y'all can go to bed. The East Coast here, it's almost 10. So good night, all.
Night.
Night.
Good night.